My name is Mario Romano. I'm a designer and maker here at Romano Studio in Santa Monica, and we're also known as MR Walls. We make 3D textured surfaces using solid surface Corian. Our background is construction and design and building incredible houses, and we've designed and made some really complex houses and homes in Santa Monica, in Venice. And we love pushing the design architectural language.
They're identifiable. You know, someone sees our surface and they know it's us.
We have our wonderful patterns, but what we can do is someone has a logo or maybe just an aesthetic or a feel that's for their business or for their apartment complex, their lobby, and so we can use that, we can incorporate that into design.
When we find out that another fabricator or machinist has Alphacam, we are relieved. We know immediately that they'll be able to process our files and read something that's specific. It's called 3D line work or 3D geometry.
If it's going to be produced here in Los Angeles, we'll order the material here and produce it and ship it locally. But let's say it's something's in Australia or somewhere in another part of the country, we will send the file to one of our fabricators nearby that location. They will fabricate it and then ship it there. So we save on shipping costs, we save on time.
Alphacam, it's a great program. For a lot of our fabricators around the world, it's really easy for it to read our line work. It can read the Z and all these different axes. It's user-friendly for our fabricators around the world, and it just makes it easier for us to translate and to talk to them through all the processes and all the steps.
The Alphacam allows for a very high level of expression. Machining and CAM is a universal language, which is really wonderful because we've worked with partners who don't speak English and we don't speak their native language, but we actually speak the same language of building science, of CNC machining, and if they have Alphacam, then it makes our interpretation or translation process even easier and more efficient. Part of our design process is to have a variable Z depth that's changing throughout the line work, and Alphacam solves that. It reads that, and that's fantastic. It also has a really great simulator. It's very robust, great support, and we love being a part of that. We feel very much a part of this Alphacam team, and it boosts a lot of confidence because we're not having to solve a problem for someone else because they have another CAM software, and that's happened before, and it can be very frustrating. And nature is an inspiration for all of mankind since perpetuity. We're trying to continue to create logic that works in the way nature does, so it creates mass variation.
I like the duality between being on the computer and then also being able to touch and feel the material that we're working with. We have a CNC here in our studio, so it's really nice kind of having both to play with. I can visualize something in my mind, draw it on the computer, and use Alphacam to translate it.
What does it mean to be a maker? The maker is a wonderful word because the maker, what it means to us nowadays is that the maker is the designer and the maker. What we're trying to do here is instead of mass production, we are into mass customization or mass variation.
I'm working on something that I can touch, and that's it really feeds the soul. It becomes a part of us, and there's something that's so fulfilling about that I don't know, I can't even begin to describe it.
So the backlighting is super magical. It's probably like our wow factor. You know, people just are super excited when they see it. You know, they've never seen anything like it before. By tinkering with the depths, with the variable Z, we're able to really carve the light and express what we want to express. We worked with this really cool artist. His name is Nate Moeller. He's like a digital artist, so he does projection mapping. We were able to provide a solution. He wanted something that was thermoformed. He wanted something in a tube format. If someone hashtags Culver City, puts a little blip or whatnot and changes the pattern, so it's always variable. We prefer our manufacturers around the world and locally to use Alphacam. It makes it really easy for our designs to be translated.
We look at CNC machining as like paintbrushes, right? Or as like a machine to help us sculpt and carve. When you carve something, there's something instinctive or primal that is awakened, where you're etching into a wall. And what does that mean? It means it's permanent. It's a way of communicating.